If you clicked on this video, you remember this feeling. A feeling of seeing a freshly uploaded David Dobrik vlog in the peak of 2019 after coming home from work or school and having 4 minutes and 20 seconds of pure joy. I mean, David Dobrik was once the king of YouTube. He had a formula, an obsessed fan base, a thriving podcast, and a leading merchandise brand. He had this media and business empire that all stemmed from YouTube, but today he's abandoned all of that. It's been over a year since David Dobrik uploaded on his main channel, a year since his podcast, and even his TikTok has gone sparse. Now yes, he did go through a load of controversy, and I'm not ignoring that. However, if YouTube history has taught us anything, even those with the worst of cancellations are able to come back. You just need to continue uploading and prove that you are a changed person, so that begs the question, where is David Dobrik?
What do you think about Justin Bieber?
Oh my! Well, the only place you'll find him today is Snapchat. Yeah, that app you used in middle school that is now taboo in college. That app is the thing that is bankrolling David Dobrik's expensive life. And I thought the story just ended there, but in researching this topic, I realized it's way bigger than just Dobrik. Snapchat seems to have plagued the creator space, with all those early creators on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube all flocking to this platform. It is a secretive space, one that has a lot of dough, and one I go deep into to uncover what the heck is going on at the other end of this platform. Okay, that was a little dramatic, but let's begin. So my journey with Snapchat and figuring out this whole secretive world is very similar to this one scene in the movie The Big Short. Basically, there's this one guy that walks up to another guy at a bar and finds out that he made money in this like really unconventional way.
Hey Randall, what's with the Dom? Bonuses aren't for 3 months.
We just sold 200 million in credit swaps for mortgage bonds. Fucking crazy, right? Whole new way to make money, dog.
Wait, I didn't know there was swaps on mortgages.
There are now. We made it for him.
This oddly feels similar to how I found out about the money you can make on Snapchat. It went like this. Yo, Sherman, what's with all the new iPhones? I know YouTube's not paying you that well.
Dude, I posted a 10-second video on Snapchat and literally got a DM that I made $96,000. It's crazy, right? A whole new way to make money.
Wait, you can make money on Snapchat?
There is a way now, and no one knows about it. Its payout is crazy. That Cam Casey guy made like $1.4 million in a week. And David Dobrik, you don't even want to know how much he's making. You want one?
Hold on a second. Yeah, that really happened. $96,000. I mean, the app really blindsided me as someone who's obsessed with social media. It's an app that's not really talked about unless you're a 12-year-old in middle school, or for some reason my 31-year-old roommate loves to send me thirst traps. But in order to understand how Snapchat plays today, it's important to understand how the app works in terms of being a creator and making money. The first rumblings I heard about Snapchat started years ago with the inception of Snapchat Spotlight, their TikTok competitor. But what was unique about this platform was not on the user end, instead on the creator end. If you knew about Snapchat Spotlight early enough, you could post the same videos you did on TikTok onto Snapchat, and then every once in a while receive a DM saying that you made anywhere between $15,000 to, I'm not joking, like $120,000. For that video. They had this whole campaign where they were giving out $1 million per day, and if you knew about it early, you really cashed out.
The only reason I'm going to say is because like there's press around it. So like on Snapchat, I made $1 million in 6 weeks.
How much time?
Over. So
and trust me, this certainly intrigued me, but I knew deep down that this wasn't going to be sustainable. And today, I'm correct. Snapchat isn't paying out like they used to for Spotlight. So then came rumblings of Snap Shows. Think of this as their YouTube competitor. People would make 3 to 5 minute long vertical videos, put thumbnails on them, and it would show up on this Discover feed. And the thing was, if you're able to get a Snap Show, you would make a ridiculous amount of money. But that's the thing, it's extremely difficult to get a Snap Show. To my knowledge, you basically have to know someone on the Snapchat team, so it was a networking game. Plus, most people I know would rather just create YouTube videos because there's a higher quality viewer on YouTube, something I'll get into later. And as of a couple months ago, I started hearing about Snapchat stories. Not Spotlight, not shows, stories. The third way to make money on Snapchat. And when I saw how these worked and how much some creators were getting paid out, not just the top of creators, but this creator middle class. Howdy. So I've heard through the grapevine that you know something about this Snapchat app. Is that right? Who are you?
Yeah, so I'm JT Casey. I am a content creator primarily on YouTube, but obviously dabble in a little bit of everything, and Snapchat is also one of my pretty big main platforms.
Yeah, so JT Casey is an LA creator friend of mine who's willing to open up about Snapchat because, well, he's been on the platform as a creator since 2019, which is basically veteran status these days. And I've tried talking to other creators about Snapchat, and Dave gatekept the heck out of it. So everyone in the comment section, please say, thank you, JT Casey. So JT, I keep hearing that the Snapchat thing is taking over the LA scene. Is that true? When did you start hearing rumblings about Snapchat in your circle?
So I think like everyone really started talking about it towards the like middle to end of last year. Every single time I'd go to an event, every single time, you know, I would even like see creators in public and we would stop to talk for 10 minutes. It would be, do you have ads on Snapchat? Are you verified on Snapchat? And if you do, how did you get that? Because it was just so hard at the time. Even, you know, even today, I think that that's still the case, but like times 10. And I think all of that really just comes out of how hard it is being a content creator, but specifically a TikTok creator in 2023.
That's interesting, but why Snapchat? I get that TikTok doesn't pay very well, but why not YouTube, Patreon,
Answer of that is it's easy. It's really easy.
Like easy money?
Easy money, and easy once you get in the flow of things. You know, you posting 70 to 100 stories a day, even though that does sound like a lot of work, once you kind of get in the flow of things where your entire mindset is like, this is Snapchat content. I should be taking pictures of this. I'm going out to a grocery store, I'm taking pictures of everything that I'm getting and putting it in my shopping cart. Literally, once you get in the mindset of Snapchat content, where that is your sole income. It's not that hard to post 100 stories a day if you're making, you know, a grand $2,000, $3,000 a day.
Oh my gosh. What does he mean that they're posting 70 to 100 times a day and they're making $1,000 to $3,000? What's happening? It's time to take a quick detour. Hello, welcome to the quick detour. Let's begin. So most platforms on the internet offer stories. You have Instagram, of course, YouTube, yeah, and even LinkedIn. But Snapchat is the only platform that does it differently. So basically, Snapchat is the only platform that offers a revenue split with its creators. So an ad comes on, and half the money goes to Snapchat, and half the money goes to the creator. This all translates to the more stories you post, the more money you can make. Hence why JT said that creators are posting like 70 to 300 times a day. So you're probably thinking, hey, should I be posting on Snapchat? Well, unfortunately, this is only for the people that have this Snap Star. Plus followers, of course. This Snap Star is the verification on the platform. It's like the golden ticket to unlock a crap ton of money. This is why JT said that the LA scene seems to be buzzing about how to get one of these.
If you think that $1,000 a day is a lot, you know, you think of the people who are getting 100,000 views or 200,000 or 1 million plus views a day and how much they're making off of posting 200 stories, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it gets crazy really fast. The numbers get really crazy.
Oh my gosh, JT, this is absurd. But okay, rip the band-aid off for me. What do you think a creator like David Dobrik, the top of Snapchat, what is he making?
Yeah, you know, I think, especially someone like David who, you know, now where his primary platform is on Snap, if I had to guess, I would say he's pulling in easily over 1 million views a day, maybe closer to like 3 mil. I would say sitting in between the 1 to 3 million range. You know, I think a couple of months ago, you know, we were all talking about the potential of him making, you know, 25 grand a day. And I think that I think that honestly that number has gone up a lot. If I had to guess, it would probably be closer to 30 to like 40 now. Just with I think it's all he does. It's really all he does. I think, yeah, 30 grand, $35,000 a day is something that's very realistic for someone like David on Snap.
I have a question for you.
All right.
Do you Snapchat?
I actually don't.
Okay, this is perfect then. I want you to guess how much David Dobrik makes per day. This is one day of his thing. How much do you think he's gonna make?
Off the Snapchat?
Off just putting Snapchat stories.
Oh, God.
I just found out the number.
It's probably disgusting. Okay. Oh, Jojo Siwa's birthday party tonight. Lucky duck. Ad. Two snaps in.
2 snaps in ad.
An ad. Another ad.
I mean, he's posting like 200 times a day. So.
200 times a day?
200 times a day.
Dude, there's so many ads.
There's so many ads.
Wow. This is all in 24 hours?
Yep.
Well, he is posting a lot. Homeboy is grinding.
Yeah.
He is grinding Snap. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, what? That's really all he does now.
Okay, so how much he makes in one day?
In one day.
This is gonna make, like, hurt my feelings. Does he make like 100K in one day?
That's a little high.
A little high?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not that high.
50K?
It's around that, yeah. 35 to 40K a day.
Damn.
Which is like $10 million a year. Just
So yeah, David Dobrik is making $10 million per year. Allegedly. Again, there is no direct confirmation from the Dobrik team or Team Snapchat on this, nor will it be easy to get some sort of confirmation like this. But other than JT, I did talk to other reputable sources in the industry about numbers similar. But big picture is, he's making millions off of Snapchat stories, which already is insane. I remember watching this interview of Dobrik years ago when he said at the peak of his YouTube career, he was only making $275,000 a month.
I was getting around 60 million views a month, and my check each month would be a little over $275,000.
Only. But when you compare the effort he put into those vlogs on YouTube to the effort he only has to put in these Snapchat stories, it truly is wild what this has become. But still, none of that answers the question of why did he stop and abandon everything else to do just this? There's still a demand for his vlogs. I'm sure he can sell a buttload of merch, and views did well, the podcast. But that's where the brilliant design of Snapchat, and specifically Snapchat stories, comes to play. Think about every platform other than Snapchat. You see something similar? Yeah, it's this feature, the comment section. And what do comment sections do? They breed echo chambers. On YouTube or TikTok, when you watch a video, you're also accompanied by everyone else's thoughts on that video. And these thoughts are often ranked by the most popular. So yeah, you may only have watched one video, but you've interacted with hundreds of people's thoughts. So if you're David Dobrik and you want to avoid an echo chamber that can bring back a bad time in your life, you want to avoid these platforms because you have little control over what people can say to each other. So what's the platform you go to? Well, it's one where you can share and put out whatever message you want into the world, and one where people receive and can comment back only to you, if you want, but not to each other. So rest in peace David's vlogs, right? Because he's double incentivized to keep posting on Snapchat. Originally, I thought the video was gonna end here, but then I realized that this is all under assumption that Snapchat can continue to pay out creators like they're doing so right now. But is that true? Okay, so I went to business school, meaning that I have friends who are smart in business, and one of those friends is a guy named Craig Norris. I decided to ask Craig to help me break down Snapchat's financials, and he went so above and beyond with this. He actually found something that no one else is talking about. So everyone in the comment section also say, thank you, Craig. Let's get into it. This Snapchat thing is taking a toll on me, Craig. I need answers. You're my guy, right? Walk me down the income statement.
I went basically through the last 5 years. In 2018, which is when I started, they had $1.18 billion of revenue, and they've had steady growth over the last 5 years. And last fiscal year, 2022, reported $4.6 billion of revenue.
Well, that sounds pretty good, right? What about their gross profit?
In 2018, Snapchat produced $316 million of gross profit in 2018, and they have also steadily increased their gross profit to $2.6 billion in 2022.
Maybe this could be their future. They sound like they're doing great.
Exactly. Everything sounds great, and when you hear the word gross profit in 2022 of $2.6 billion, you think, wow, Snapchat's extremely profitable. But lower down on the income statement is something called operating and non-operating expenses. And that's where things take a bad turn for Snapchat.
All right, look, things get a bit complicated at this moment, so let's dumb it down to my caveman brain. So as we found out, revenue is doing quite good, and so is gross profit. But the only thing that matters at the end of the day is net income. So what is separating this guy from this guy? The outrageous amount of money they're paying creators. Plus a couple other things, but this is Snapchat financials for dummies, so bear with me. Since 2022, when Snapchat Spotlight was first introduced and all of that, their expenses have grown by $2 billion.
Net profit doesn't look great. If we look at the net profit, they have never operated at a net income. Every year they're producing net loss. 2018, $1.26 billion loss.
On Snapchat, I made $1 million in 6 weeks.
2019, got a little bit better. $1.03 billion loss.
Answer of that is it's easy. It's really easy.
2020, $944 million loss.
A grand $2,000, $3,000 a day.
2021, $487 million loss, right? So things are trending upwards. 2022, $1.43 billion net loss, which is the highest they've reported over the last 5 years.
So yeah, Snapchat's in some tricky waters. $1.43 billion loss in 2022. Yikes. I guess that old cliche still stands true. There's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. Well, I guess $10 million in a year is quite a lot of money, so... There's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme that'll last forever. But in all seriousness, this year could have been a fluke or the start of a pretty big downward trend for one of the biggest platforms. But the only way we'll be able to tell is through 2023 data, so I guess I'll see you all next year. But at the end of the day, Dobrik, if you're watching this, I don't blame you. Cash it in, man. But we do miss those vlogs.
Oh, what the fuck? Jason Nash is with Sniper Wolf?
Alright, yo, dude, I just posted a 10-second video of me in my pants. Oh, it's recording?
Yeah.